Hey Nate, how you doing? I am just testing. Oh boy, everybody's popping on. I'm just testing my stream right now. We got 2K26 coming out soon, and I have to test all this stuff to make sure it's working. So I got a couple matches that I'm gonna try. Well, at least one. Ducky, Nate, how's it looking on your end? Can you see my screen? Can you hear me okay? Driving? Sure. Okay. Oh, Jason, appreciate it. Cool. Well, we're gonna try it out because I want to get the volume. I'm glad people actually joined. I want to get the volume set up because I know that during some of these matches, the audience can be kind of overwhelming. So I'm gonna pick out a couple gold guys here for this. Let's see. Do Damien. Damien, who else? I gotta have somebody at the top here because this seems like it's gonna be a pain. Let's go Dirty Dom. No, it's not. It's not 2K26. Still 2K25, but I need to get ready for 2K26. So I want to make sure my stream and everything's working. I got a new PC, so all the settings are new. I have to set up the restream all over again. None of my chats are coming through OBS, so that's fun. Not sure how to fix that. All right, well, we got 2 golds here. We got John. Already out of stamina. We got John Cena, who is a pink diamond. CM Punk is a Galaxy Opal. But so far, not a big deal. John Cena's just, he's not even trying. Slade, how you doing? What version did I get? It's the God, which one was it? The Monday Night War one. All right, how's the volume sound with the audience in the back? Is the audience too loud? It looks like in my volume thing that might be a little too loud. Okay, Cena, calm down. Dude, gold set jet. I don't know what's going on with Jessica Carr lately, but she has been an awful referee. No, an awful referee. Notch down. Okay. All right, how's this sound with the audience? Am I ready for Friday? Yeah. No, 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 no. Yes, I am ready for Friday. Is this elimination? Probably not, right? That'd be silly. No. But it actually comes out. Whoa! Tomorrow night. So depending on how. Don't you tag out. You suck. Depending on how late I want to stay up, I could start doing 2K26 tomorrow. This is surprisingly easy so far. Compared to the other open challenges that I did, this is not bad at all. Oh my goodness, Dom. Could you climb any slower? Am I opening electric? Probably not, honestly. I mean, I'm going to start with that. There's no point with 2K26 out. There's just... Yeah, there's just no point. I think 2K kind of screwed that up because they probably could have squeezed a little bit more out of people if they had just put out the last pack on time. But delaying, what they delay it 2 or 3 weeks? Hey, who's gonna want to deal with that? What's going on with that? This AI is terrible. Oh, there we go. Whoa! Oh! All right, Damien going right up top. Let's see, are you ready? Yeah, the stream. Yeah, I didn't promote this stream or anything. This is just a test stream to make sure everything is good for 2K26. But how does the audience sound? Is the volume okay? I know when I'm editing, the audience sounds like it just too loud. So I have to crank down the game volume quite a bit. But I can't do that. Audio's perfect. Okay. Oh, Dom! My guy! Uh-oh. Dude! What? Really? Okay, Damien. Okay, Damien. Enough messing around. The only issue I have... Oh, somebody on Twitch. Hang on. Huh. My YouTube chats are not coming through my OBS, so I don't know how to fix that. I don't even know where to start to fix that. Hey Spencer, how you doing? Wow. Dad, no. Just got off work? Oh man. That's the best feeling. I am truly surprised at how easy these guys are right now. So beating them is taking a while. I could just go for the count out. But they're not reversing a ton. Oh, can you jump that far? Yep. Use the resiliency. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. Okay. Okay. Okay, Dom. Copy YouTube chat into a separate window. Copy as it as a browser doc. All right, and Nate, what do you use for your chat? Are you using Stream Elements? I think that's the common one everybody uses. Oh, here, dude, his whole life is back. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. You gotta jump. Jump. Okay, what a joke. Oh god. So to do the multi-streaming, I use Atom, I think it's called. Which is great. I should have picked him up and did a finisher. Oh, that's all right. He used his resiliency. I'm fine with that. That was surprisingly easy. For it, man, that's great. Oh, Demon on Twitch. Hey, man. I got the Monday night. I keep forgetting that. Monday night. Monday Night War edition. Whatever the top one was, the $150 one. Just because I feel like in the long run, it's probably cheaper with the DLCs or the ring passes or whatever they're doing. So that's what I went with. Spencer got a 4 terabyte SSD. I need a hard drive for my PS5, like for reals. I just deleted 2K24 off my drive so that I could fit 2K26. It's downloaded. I can't play it, but it's on there, so that's nice. Should be able to start right up as soon as it's ready. First mode you're gonna play is Universe mode. I couldn't get into Universe mode. I didn't really care too much for Universe mode. I've been staying away from all the 2K26 stuff because I don't want any spoilers. But I did hear that whatever they're using instead of it. Hold on, checking something. I don't know if this looks good on Twitch. Huh. Anyways, I heard that the Universe mode, whatever they're using for like MFP or whatever, there's some kind of new currency, I guess, and you earn that digital currency through all the different modes. So it's kind of a way to get everybody playing everything. So I might have to play it a little bit. I don't know. I couldn't get into Universe. I couldn't get into GM. So my first will probably be Showcase. the sound when Jessica, yeah. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I was playing some of those matches, and she just, dude, it, like, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's literally a game. The AI is not looking to see if somebody's shoulders are down. It's a game. They're either down or they're not. Right? There's no situation where there's like, well, I don't know. Let me bust out my micrometer, and it looks like your shoulder's like 2 nanometers off the floor. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to watch my own stream on YouTube right now, and it's frozen. I don't know. Before I started this, I was having a bunch of issues with YouTube and Google. So I think they're having issues over there, but whatever. If everybody else is seeing it fine, I'll take it. Jessica Carr is my weakness. She is right now, man. I'm a Becky Lynch fan now. All right, let's try this. Yeah, well, I mean, Alexa, obviously. Easy. I do like Asuka. Let's go, Asuka. Hey, Jessica Carr is my arch enemy right now. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I should have paid attention to this. Now there's 2 Alexas. Now I'm gonna get confused. Oh, beautiful. Okay. I gotta get into a habit of paying more attention when I pick people. I just pick random people. I never look at badges. I wish that they would show badges here in the thing. It's like, oh, here's your signatures, here's your finishers, here's your payback, here's your badges. So I can get kind of an idea of what happened. What? Why? Okay, Alexa. Will I play as Lola in 2K26? No. No. I'm not playing as Lola until she calls me and apologizes. So, until that happens. Demon, what are you making first for the island, male or female? I don't know. Was there a choice in the last one? I just did it for stream. I hopped in, and I hate creating characters because I feel like I could just sit there and create a character for all of eternity. There's so many things that you can change. So I just started. I wasn't going to mess with it. I didn't pay that much attention. I just wanted to play. Are there... So with male and female, are there benefits to playing as both? Or is it just like more stuff to do? Like, do you unlock extra things or anything? Get up, Asuka. Get up. Oh, no. Holy crap. Woo! Folded her. Same storyline. Oh my god! Take her out. Take her out. Hooah! I don't know. Yeah. So to answer your question, I don't know if I'll just make whatever's quick and easy. To be honest with you, because I hate creating characters. So, like when I played, I didn't record anything for My Rise. I was playing My Rise on 2K25 before I started recording videos again. And I went to go create a character, and then I was just like, dude, I can't. I don't have the patience for this. And I it was faster for me to go make a 2K account and download a community creation because I just wasn't going to do it. That's one thing I do hope is better in 2K. The one thing there's a lot of things I wish are a little bit better in 2K26. But one of the things is My Rise, because I hate the fact that they make you play My Rise, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 100 times to unlock everything. But it's the same storyline over and over and over and over and over again. It's just so boring. Oh no. What a jerk. I wish that they just had, 3, like they could easily have 6 storylines for My Rise, right? Because you could have male and female, and then for each one you could have like Intercontinental, World Championship, Tag Team Championships, and then each one of those would have 3 different storylines. Easy. I mean, yeah, somebody would have to come up with a storyline, but I don't think it'd be that hard. $2K and WWE are both gazillion-dollar companies. I'm sure they can afford a writer for a couple of storylines. No, dang it, Asuka! I'm trying to double team here. Get up. Oh, she's stunned. Let's go for a big move. When I want to fix one thing where you Irish whip your opponent to the steps if it stops the move. Oh, like when you're too close to the steps and all the AI wants to do is try to throw you into the ring and you just get dizzy over and over again? Yeah. The mutiny storyline in 2K25 was okay, but it's only okay once. And then after that, it's old. Like I why? So I don't know, man. It's and the thing is, they base everything off these decisions that you make along the storyline. So, I mean, we've all played it, right? It's like you play it, and then it's like, oh, what match do you want to play this time? And you have to make all of these decisions, you know, at least once. So you have to play the same storyline over and over and over and over again. So oh, this time I chose a singles match, and then now this time I have to choose a tag match, and then the next time I got to choose a match with Doink the Clown or something, and just over and over. But it doesn't change the storyline. They act like it's this big important decision that you have to make, and all it does is change like one match, and then it's right back to the same storyline. So even though the Mutiny storyline was a fine storyline, it's the exact same storyline I had to deal with like 5 times to get everything unlocked. And then it's really irritating because you have to remember all the decisions that you made. But yeah, I did this last time. I made this decision. Or, you know, what's worse is I didn't remember what decisions I made. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm playing it now. I don't remember what decision I made. Then you end up making the wrong decision because it's the decision you made last time. And then it's like, oh, crap. Now you might as well just start over. I'm not going to play through this whole thing. Oh, what is this? I forgot her finisher's a... Whoa! Excuse me, ref! Do something! Whoa! Excuse you! Man, it killed me. And then the other thing was really, now I'm just on this rant about My Rise. The other thing I really hated about it too is you had to play it so much, but there are certain things you couldn't skip. So like that Triple H little promo at the beginning that was like 12 minutes long, you couldn't skip it no matter how many times you played it. You had to listen to the same stupid speech over and over and over again. What is my signature? Is that you want to make it unskippable? God bless. Fine. Like, make it unskippable the first time, but every time after that, it should be absolutely skippable. No need for it not to be skippable. Groot, yeah. Okay, I kind of want Alexa Bliss back in here. Tag out, Charlotte. Of course. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Nice. No! What have I been doing over here? 30 MFP? I'm not paying attention at all. Boom. That's got to be 15. Okay. 45. Good. Pick her up, pick her up, pick her up, pick her up. Oh, yeah. Yes. Get some taunts off. Now all we gotta do is win. Now all we gotta do is win. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh my goodness. Oh, she used resiliency right away. Don't. Thank you. Beautiful. No, Alexa! I've never tagged in and out so much in a match. No! Oh. But not having any stamina, it makes this like a whole new strategy going on here. I kind of like it, honestly. Oh, double team? No way. All right. Well, those were great. Those were fun. I like those. You don't hear the audience sound? Did I turn it down too much? Maybe I turned it down too much. Let's play something else real quick. Oh, those are Iron Mans. I'm not going to play those. Let's do a smash and stash. Yeah, they're not worth it at all, man. It's a joke. 15 minutes for... Yeah, no. Okay, Ducky, let me know. How does the audience sound now? Can you hear them okay? Without it being too overwhelming? Oh, God, man, I love Penta so much, man. I'm glad he won the Intercontinental belt. He's finally getting some love in that company. Took too long, in my opinion. You can hear it now. Okay, is it overwhelming? Or is it, do you feel like it's at a good spot? This would be a, I don't need it. I got all the smash and stat. I don't even care about the MFP. That's fine? Okay. Not that it matters. I'll probably have to adjust it again when 2K26 comes out, but... Waiting for 2K26 to come out, so I haven't played a lot of my faction lately. Yeah, I don't blame you. When I started playing, I got 2K24 in... I think February of last year. It was on sale for like $10. So I was like, oh, I got 2K25's coming out. I'll go ahead and pre-order it. And then I'll get 2K24 for like $10. So give me something to do. My first wrestling game since I was a kid. So I wanted to get 2K24 to learn the buttons and get back into the groove of things. And to be honest, like, I'm gonna talk about this a little bit. When I first played this game and you come to a menu like this, I was freaking lost. This is not play makes sense. I know what play is. Other than that, no clue what any of these are as a first time player. And not very intuitive. Like I don't know what this what is My Rise. Like, okay, it's a story mode, but I don't know what that means. And 2K24 had Undisputed, which was the female version of My Rise, I think, if I remember correctly. And like Showcase, what is that? What is that? Right? And like if you don't know what it is, then you don't know what it is. And I remember, like, I just assumed that was, you know, you have those games where you get achievements or you find artifacts or something, and then there's that menu option where you can go see the things that you found. That's what Showcase sounds like to me. And so I remember being so lost when I came into this. I don't know what any of this is. I don't want to just play the game. I don't want to just play. Like, I want to do something. I want to work towards something. I want to have a story mode. Which one of these is freaking story mode? I don't know. So I don't think that the menu is super intuitive for new players. But I jumped on My Faction because My Faction kind of sounds like a story mode type thing for... you know, like a story mode for like a tag team story mode or a My Faction story mode. And I jumped on it, and then it was like, oh, it's connecting to the internet and stuff. And I jumped off of it. Like, oh, I just started, man. I'm not trying to play against anybody, right? I assumed that it was connecting to the internet. It was going to be kind of like a ranked thing or play online. So I avoided My Faction for the longest time. It just took. I jumped into Universe, and I was like, I don't know what this is. Like Universe and My GM just never made sense to me, and I was like, okay, I don't want to do this. It's all like, I know that you can play through those, but it still also seemed very much like a simulation type thing, and I just wanted to play the game. So like, I don't know, but one day I just jumped on My Faction because I was done with My Rise, was done with Showcase. And that's when I discovered the live events. And I've been hooked ever since. The live events to me are really the only reason to even play this game. I mean, to me, what I care about. Because if My Faction, or even at this point the island, didn't exist, like, well, I would play My Rise and Showcase, and that would take all of a weekend, and then I'd never play this game again. But the fact that there's constantly, weekly towers and live events and, Faction Wars, World Tour, and 2K24 was Proving Grounds. There's always something new to play. So I love My Faction. Did Undertaker 20 come out? I don't know. I don't think so. Look at how long this takes. Does anybody else's My Faction takes this long? Sit here and watch how ridiculous this is. Keep in mind, I have fiber internet, and this just, like, every time it just takes so freaking long to connect, man. It's crazy. Don't ever play online. People cheat. I've seen videos of how people kind of cheat their way through it. Game is really made for hardcores, but marketed and sold to casuals. Maybe. I mean, I could see that being for ranked. Like, ranked is probably more for hardcores, at least what I would consider hardcore. I'm a casual gamer. I'm not very good at the game, and I enjoy playing it. And besides some of the live events, like My Rise, most of the time Showcase, it's not super difficult for me as a casual player. So I think it does a pretty good job of capturing both audiences. I played My Rise and Showcase in the first week and a hard time with Money in the Bank Tamina. I don't remember any of the shows. It was the very first thing I did, so I haven't seen Showcase in a year. But I do know there were a couple times. Look at how long this is taking, by the way. Still trying to connect to my faction. It's insane. I remember the times that I did fail, it was because of the objectives. And I remember the first, there we go. The first time I played it, I didn't realize what the objectives were, and some of them didn't quite make sense. Yeah, it was something, but I like the objectives. I think it makes the match a little more interesting, a little more fun to play. Show us your collection. Okay. It's not a very big one, but once I hit collector level 32, I quit. So you can see here, like in the beginning, I got all the cards. I was collecting them all. And then probably around this time here, I just quit. Like, I don't care. I want the cards to do the live events. And then after that, I don't care. Some of them I got lucky and got them all, but other ones, if I didn't get them all, I didn't really care. So I certainly don't have a collection like My Faction Reaction. He bought out the whole card market, I think. Showcase actually got better this year. You think so, Zach? I liked Showcase in 2K24. So for me, I'll give you a little bit of my history. So I watched wrestling when I was a kid, and I was really into WWE. I loved it. I was really passionate about it. I stopped watching it for a really long time, and I started watching. I've been subscribed to this YouTuber named Chiz Plays. I don't know if any of you guys know him. I huge fan of Chiz Plays, but when I started watching him, he wasn't playing WWE games. He was playing mostly Mario Super Sluggers or something like that, like this baseball game, and he was just so entertaining. I just enjoyed watching his content just because he was an entertaining guy. And then one day he kind of started introducing a little bit of WWE stuff, and then pretty much that's like all he does now is WWE 2K content. And I was watching him play this stuff, and I remembered it was kind of bringing up nostalgia from when I was a kid playing wrestling games. So I was like, this looks fun. I want to try it. And so that's how I got back into playing WWE games. And then I was thinking, like, okay, maybe I should start watching wrestling. I haven't watched WWE in a minute. But it's also kind of intimidating because I don't know the storylines. I don't know any of these people. I don't know the feuds. You know, there's so much going on all the time in wrestling. It's really hard to just jump in, you know? But by playing 2K24, the showcase mode, and 2K25 showcase mode, it was a really good way to kind of introduce me back to what's kind of going on now, or at least a small history of feuds or storylines or stuff like the Shield and all this stuff. I really like the showcase mode. And I'm looking forward to the next showcase mode with CM Punk because honestly, I don't know CM Punk's history beyond what I've seen since WrestleMania last year. So I'm looking forward to the showcase mode to kind of get caught up on his whole career, or at least his WWE career. I know that he's had careers in other places. But for me, I liked 2K24 showcase a little better because I really liked how when you were doing some of the objectives, the game would cut away from video game footage to live footage of the actual match. I really, really like that. 2K25 kind of does the same thing, but it's not live footage, it's just video game footage. And I like the live footage. I thought that was super cool. And I kind of liked Corey Graves' commentary more than Paul Heyman, but that's just me. Do I know BDE? This sounds familiar. BDE is he's a YouTuber and a wrestler, right? Favorite cards to use. What surprise cards you think we will get in 2K26? Right now, my favorite card to play is Penta. I like Penta's moveset. I have a lot of fun playing as Penta. What surprise cards you think we'll get in 2K26? Ah, man. I don't know. That's so hard to say. I don't even know if anything was really necessarily a surprise with 2K25. I would love to have Legion of Doom. I would love Legion of Doom. Legion of Doom was so fun, or the Headbangers. Those were pretty fun tag teams back in the day. Big fan of Undertaker and Lita. Same. They have a ton of wrestling shows per week, and on top of that, we got AEW too. Yeah, I have a hard time keeping up with wrestling. There's too much wrestling going on. There are so many shows. Now you have like a 3-hour Raw, you have a 3-hour SmackDown, which I feel like is quite a bit. Like that's enough for me. I haven't watched anything from AEW. I don't watch NXT. We got like an 8-hour WrestleMania coming up. I play wrestling every single day, playing this game and recording. So I need a little bit of a break every now and then from wrestling. Stopped watching wrestling when I was younger. And I came back in 2022, started watching again around Mania season. Then got back into the games. Yeah. Kind of the same for me, just backwards. I got into the games first, and then the games were like a easy introduction into the current roster. CM Punk Showcase should be interesting. Who they can't use. I don't know what that means because I don't know Punk's career, so everything I see in Showcase is going to be new to me. Like the live footage slingshot stuff, but literally everyone else in the community hates it. Really? I mean, if the game is gonna if the game is gonna stop and cut to something anyways, and it's unplayable content, I think I would prefer live footage over just video game footage. The majority of people prefer the game footage over live footage. Huh. Interesting. Hope we see more personas. Yeah. The Headbangers are in 2K25? What? Let me get caught up on some of these. I'm going to go look. I don't remember seeing them at all. Most of the TV shows are filler. Yes, most of the TV shows are filler. It's 4 matches. Like everything is 4 matches. And dude, the first time I watched wrestling again was WrestleMania. I had Peacock, so I was like, hey, what's the best way to get back into wrestling than watching WrestleMania? And the first match was Gunther and Jey Uso, man. And Jey Uso has got the longest frickin' entrance in all of history. And in the Las Vegas, the ramp from the front to the back, from the ramp to the ring, was like a landing strip for a 787. And so everybody coming from the back to the ring just took forever. And then you got Jey Uso, who's coming from the hot dog stand up there in the nosebleeds. It was taking so long. I'm not even kidding you. I got up. I was like, I'm gonna go do some chores or something because this is taking forever. And I came back after doing chores, and the dude still wasn't in the ring. And you could have had a whole other match right now. That's nuts. I like the promos, right? Because for me, that's kind of what I like. The story, I like the storytelling, I like the character development. But there's definitely places where you can cut some time and fit a couple matches in there, in my opinion. Uh, 2K25 really was a disaster. I don't know necessarily. Like I have some empathy for 2K as a company. When you have video games like this and they have to come out every single year, you are extremely limited on the kind of work and development you can put into a game or any kind of product, really. But if you look at any other big titles, I mean, GTA is a perfect example. I mean, how long has it been since GTA 5 to GTA 6? Or, that amount of time from Red Dead Redemption 1 to Red Dead Redemption 2. Even smaller titles like Need for Speed, there's 2, 3, 4, 5 years in between releases. And so a lot of these other games that aren't constricted to a constant change of rosters and rules and everything else, like it's this constant WWE, it's this ongoing storyline just that never stops, and you're forced to create a product every single year. There's no time to develop anything new. There just isn't. And so I have sympathy for them in that regard. Like, I understand that's a really hard thing to manage, and so I fully expect them to basically copy 70-80% of the code, paste it, make some roster changes, make some venue changes, change up some of the mini games, improve some things here and there. That's really kind of what I expect, and that's kind of what we saw from 2K24 to 25. What I'm hoping, though, is 2K24 and then 2K25, maybe they didn't put as much time or effort into 2K25, but maybe 2K25, these are my hopes anyways, the 2K25 was a bit of a bridge, right? It's like, okay, we're just gonna put this in kind of minimal effort. We're gonna get 2K25, that's gonna carry us over to 2K26, and we'll spend more of our time this whole year developing newer and better whatever for 2K26. I hope. So I don't necessarily think the 2K was a disaster. 2K25 was a disaster. It's just kind of the nature of the beast, I guess. unless you're going to have multiple companies. It's like, okay, so 2K is going to build 2K24, and then what was the old company that made wrestling games? I want to say TKO, but it's not TKO. THQ, I think. So you have 2K comes out, the 24 version, and then THQ comes out with 25, and then 2K comes out with, unless you have that alternating thing, I think that's just what you can expect. And to me, that's fine. I understand. I almost think, honestly, that this game should just be an online game that you pay a subscription for. Like, I'm not trying to give anybody ideas, and I might get a lot of hate for that, but if you're buying it every single year, you're spending $150 on it every year, like just pay $10 a year and just have access to it, and then just update it. There's no point in developing a whole new game just to release it. Just make your changes, put out the update. I don't know. That's what makes sense to me, anyways. I watch Raw, NXT, AEW, TNA, and SmackDown. That's a lot, man. I watch Raw and SmackDown. That's about it for me. AEW is a little hard for me. Because I remember when I was a kid, there was WWE and there was AEW, or not AEW, ECW. And WWE was more PG, and ECW was like more brutal and extreme. And I could never really get into that brutal or extreme stuff. And so I see clips of AEW, and I see people stapling each other and trying to drown each other, and I'm like, man, I'll just sit over here and watch storylines and people walking to the ramp. Back when I was a kid, I had to scrape to watch wrestling. Now it comes on every day. Yeah, that's true. And then they even have wrestling shows that aren't even necessarily wrestling. Unreal, like Stone Cold had a few shows. I don't even know, man. There's so many. Stopped watching during Nikki Bella's reign. Yeah. I know about the matches CM Punk had up until like 2010, as the rest is new for me besides the highlight I've seen. Yeah. I mean, when I wasn't watching wrestling, people would still occasionally, like, I'd hear some stuff or see some clips. And I never saw anything good about CM Punk. This is probably after he left and he was sitting there just talking a bunch of trash about WWE, but I mean, he's back now, so things must be fine. Jey Uso's horrible in the ring. Yeah. I don't think he's bad. He's way better than I would ever be. I know why people prefer in-game footage, because WWE will copyright claim your video if you have real footage on your video. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's a great point, Zach. In that case, then yeah, I prefer that too. During the prime WWF days and early part of Attitude, I couldn't watch due to no cable access. Pink was going to leave the company 2011, but got a contract during Money in the Bank. 3 years he quit. Oh, Punk. Ha! I'm reading this and thinking Pink the singer. Okay, Punk. 3 years and he quit because according to him he got hurt. I missed the Shield coming to WWE. I didn't know about none of them. I didn't know who Roman Reigns was until 2022. Yeah, I didn't know who Roman Reigns was until Chiz plays at him in one of his videos. And that is one thing that there's a few things that I regret not seeing. There's a big gap of time that I lost from wrestling. One was the rise of Roman Reigns, because I really like Roman Reigns, and I think his whole build-up and everything was probably pretty good, and I wish I had seen it. The rise of Asuka, because I don't know what it is about Asuka. I really like Asuka. I like everything about her. I think she's really good in the ring. Her promos when she speaks Japanese are really good. I don't know what the hell she's saying, but for some reason I can, I just feel them, if that makes any sense. And Bray Wyatt, the Fiend. Those are things that I regret missing out on. So this must be about Punk too. He quit and really was upset over how he quit or got fired. Depends on who you talk to. Yeah, I know he was at AEW, and I think he did like UFC for a little bit too, right? 2K should release every other year. Yeah, and so that's kind of what I was saying earlier, where I kind of think maybe that's actually their business model, and then in between are these bridge type games like 2K25 that feels almost like just a copy pasted version of 2K24. And so 2K26, I'm hoping will feel like a more refreshed version of the game. And then 2K27 will probably feel like a copy paste of 2K26. But 2K28 will feel like a refresh version. I don't know. It's confirmed Headbangers are in 2K25. Are they in my faction? Where is that? Fun fact, WWE 2K20 was super bad that 2K took a whole year off to make 2K22. What was so bad about 2K20? 2K25 started off strong and fell off after a glitched and alleged Travis Scott DLC snafu. Yeah, I know the Travis Scott thing. I don't know that 2K necessarily had anything to do with that. That was probably more of a decision on WWE's part, and they probably scrambled to find another character to put in there, and they probably just put Shaq because they already have the code for NBA 2K, so they just copy and pasted Shaq over. I don't know that would be necessarily have anything to do with the fall off, but I've heard some theories that a lot of the things we don't care about too much from my faction had a lot to do with there's that glitch when opening up packs where a lot of people were getting more MFP from opening packs than the cost of the pack itself. And then after that, packs doubled, and then they started nerfing the badges and everything. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like if your company screws up, you own that. Like customers shouldn't have to pay for that, right? Like if I walk into a Best Buy and somebody at Best Buy mistakenly marked a TV for $12, and I go and I walk up and they're like, hey, it's $12, and I walk out, then that's on them. They screwed up. They lost that $12. They don't get to turn around and like, hey, we just sold this TV for $12. I want Timmy, come here. I want you to go over there and mark up every TV 100% because we sold a TV for $12. You know what I mean? So if there's anything, I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but What's up, Mac? How's your day going? Yeah, it's going. Lone Rebel, how you doing? Appreciate you joining. This, yeah, THQ. Okay, I'm getting caught up on all the all the chats. Oh my god, I'm so far behind. I gotta stop running my mouth. Looking forward to GM. Seems like they finally switched it up this year. Okay, I might try it out. I'll see what it's about. See if it's any better. World Tour is actually cool, but they didn't finish the job. Yeah. I won't call it a disaster, even though World Tour is a failure. I don't know if I'd call World Tour a failure. Like they didn't put out as much, but World Tour itself is a good mode. And I mean, hopefully 2K25, what we would consider failures in World Tour is actually a stepping stone towards something better in 2K26. The reason AEW is so much better is because it's more mature. I hate that PG shit. I'm a grown ass man. I can see that. I don't want anything too PG, like maybe PG-13, right? I like what they're doing now, I think is fine. I heard that there was a time where they banned cuss words and they banned chairs and they banned blading, and I heard there was a time where all the female wrestlers had to wear, more like the clothes that they had to wear at Royal Rumble, right? They had to be more covered up. And yeah, I could see that being kind of boring, no chairs, and the trash talk can't be as good. I wouldn't want to watch that, but I think we're at a good spot. Chairs are back. That using cuss words all the time. Maybe not the kind of cuss words that are being in AEW. I watched a clip of Tony Storm just sit there on a stage and talk about how some dude had a dick so big he could suck it himself. Like, yeah, we're not getting that from WWE, but I mean, I enjoy WWE just fine. (2019 to 2021) AEW was peak. I have no idea. I haven't seen it at all ever. AEW is not my cup of tea. I was never a fan of ECW. I don't like the hardcore as much as. Yeah. Yeah, the hardcore stuff is a little too much. It I don't know, a little too morbid for me. Some of the stuff. Like the staple gun. When I saw that, I was like, "Why are we doing that?" And there were some clips where they were stapling some very sensitive parts of the body, and I was like, "Man, I don't know about that." You want to throw some thumbtacks down, or you want a baseball bat with some barbed wire? Like, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But the staple gun or sitting there trying to drown somebody, that's a little too far for me. NXT is actually good. It probably is. I mean, I don't know a lot of the people, but the people I do know that have come over and had their moments on Raw or Royal Rumble, like Javon Evans, I think is super good. Trick Williams, I'm enjoying him a lot. Trick Williams is great. Obafemi is, I mean, he's basically the next Brock Lesnar. I think he's be an unstoppable force. Sol Ruka, the fact that Sol Ruka isn't in Raw or SmackDown right now is beyond me. Sol Ruka is so fun to watch. Do you see that Matt Cardona and Brian Pillman are part of Ringside Pass? Axe and Smash, Crush of Demolition are part of the Ringside Pass. Yeah, I did see that. And I'm sure that has to do with Demolition being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. AEW hits home for me. They're allowed to say whatever they want. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know they are. There's some of it's pretty fun, but some of it's also kind of like, just man, I don't know. NXT is better than Raw and SmackDown. Hmm. Maybe I'll have to watch it. I don't know. What is it about NXT that you guys think makes it better than Raw or SmackDown? WWE is just too PG. Why they went that route? It's been 17 years. I can tell you why they went that route, and it's ultimately the reason everybody goes that route, and it's money. Every company goes that. You look at again, Chiz Plays is a great example too, because it affects us as content creators. You look at Chiz Plays, and his early stuff was a little less PG than it is now. When I started watching him, it was still like, he was a rage gamer, kind of like I am, and he said things that were worse than anything he says today. And I'm almost certain that has to do with sponsorships, has to do with some of these content creators get picked up by brand companies or talent companies, and it always comes down to sponsors. So WWE, when I was watching, was a private company. So you do whatever you want when it's a private company, or you can cuss all you want, you can fight all you want, you can do whatever you want. It's your company. But then you have to you make those sacrifices, right? Those are educated decisions and choices that you make as a company. It's like, yeah, I really believe in this product and how it is with how we're acting, right? Like, I remember they had like the bra and panties matches, and there were like Triple H was getting girls to flash the cameras, and all kinds of, like, it was kind of wild west back then. But then you go public, and now it's not your company anymore, right? It's everybody's company, and everybody has a say in it. So it goes public, and now your decisions are now not based on the product, it's based on the investors. And the investors want their money back. They want to make money on it. You do that by getting sponsors, and you get more sponsors by being more PG. So that's why, ultimately. Asuka's cool, yeah. Big thing about Asuka's rise was her undefeated streak. I didn't even know she was undefeated. I just think she's super cool. A little bit of golden era and mostly attitude era are the times I was into wrestling, and now on Netflix and into it again. MPJW, another fire promotion. That's Japanese, right? Japanese wrestling. Hope it feels like a current gen game. Seems to move in cycles of 3. More of a shoot wrestling style, like that hits look more real. AEW and NJPW restore that feeling. Yeah, I can see that. I want to see specific match type finishers, like casket finishers, and yeah, that would be, especially in casket matches, those things that are like impossible. Cage finishers, ladder finishers. Well, there are ladder finishers. And there are table finishers for some people anyways. Not everybody has one, but you need to buy them in store for 1,000 VC. I think headbangers are not in my faction. Where do you buy them? my God. I haven't done this in so long, I don't even know how to select people. Oh. What were their names? Mosh and Thrasher, right? Who's that? What does that say? I don't know who that is. Somebody I'm missing. John Cena 03. Where are all these guys? Why am I missing all of them? Oh, he was probably from the Last Tours Now pack. I don't think I bought that. Oh, holy crap. How long have they been in here? Have they been in here the whole time? Look at me going the longest way possible. Thanks, Ducky. I had no clue. Oh my God, there are so many comments, man. Superstar Super Pack because they screwed. Superstar Super Packs are the worst in my opinion. I hated them. 2K20 had a lot of bugs and glitches. Crashed. I think, yeah, that would make for a terrible game. Botch release of Saudi World Tour was whack. Yep. Yeah. It was kind of. I imagine it's got to be for 2K26. I think, right? PG-17. I don't even want PG-13. I want all mature. Bodysuits for fire are less distracting. Yeah. I think I don't know, the bodysuits. I didn't really care about the bodysuits, and that's not me being like, oh, I want to see women in less clothes. It's not it. I just I don't know. I feel like they have. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to it, and I just wasn't expecting it. The full bodysuits. I liked my favorite outfit was Sol Ruka. Like she came out and it just I don't know. It didn't seem like a bodysuit, and it's just a really cool style in my opinion. ECW was lit. Could be worse. They could make the women wear bodysuits. They already did that in Saudi shows. Yeah. Well, that's understandable. I don't want Attitude Era, but wrestling should not be kiddified. Yeah, I don't like it shouldn't be kiddified too much, but there's also a lot of kids that watch it. I mean, that's when I was really watching it. So I don't know. I guess there's an argument to be made there about parents and stuff, but I don't know. It makes it feel real. That's the point. NXT is more mature, believe it or not. So I can see why some things can make it feel real, but we're also in a world where everything is online and everybody has social media accounts, and the WWE has their Unreal thing, and it's hard regardless with how much stuff is going on just everywhere. I don't even like watch a ton of stuff, and I knew AJ Lee was coming back. So that must have been leaked somewhere. Everybody knew it. So whatever the surprise was, what just ended up not even being a surprise. NXT is good. Main roster is still better. I like when folks just be themselves, keep it real. Sometimes foul language and certain actions come. Yeah, I mean, I can see where there's some pretty intense moments where, like, okay, if this was a real situation, a dude would probably be cussing a whole lot more. Like if CM Punk came and said he was going to bury me next to my dead dad, that would probably be more of a problem. But I imagine that was part of the script. I don't know. NXT is a nice mix of veterans and newer people. The matches are good and story matches are good. Shawn Michaels is just a good booker. Shawn, a better booker than Triple H. Hopefully Tony Khan never sells out. Much needed in the industry. Yeah, even though I don't watch AEW, the competition is always good. And having choices and that's always a good thing to have. So yeah, even though I don't watch it, I absolutely agree that it's much needed in the industry. Look at all the ads over the rings of SmackDown Raw. It's pathetic. Agreed, not to mention 3-minute ad breaks every 5 minutes. Totally agree with you, man. Totally agree. I understand it from a business perspective. But yeah, yeah, there's eventually you get to a point where there's like a limit. Like there's got to be a limit. Right? And it's like, dude, this is ridiculous. The ads are nuts. Like somebody's walking out to the ring and before they get there, there's an ad. And then the ad's over and then the match starts. And then 30 seconds into the match, there's an ad. And then the match goes on for like 5 minutes and then there's a... Why are there so many matches or so many ads within one match? It's crazy. And then you look at the ticket prices, like those are really high. And you look at all the money that they're making from ESPN deals and Netflix deals and you know, all like, dude, you could probably cut some of this stuff somewhere and still make pretty good money, right? Right? You could bring the ticket prices down a little bit, or you could show a little less ads. It's crazy. And then I've heard like to people who aren't in the US who are watching on Netflix, their thing, like sometimes I guess they don't get an ad, they get a, I don't know what it is, some elevator music type thing. But sometimes they don't even get that. It just plays. So it just us in the US get all that. It's kind of a bummer, honestly. Asuka was big before WWE. I believe it. What we need is a decent AEW game. Are there AEW games? I mean, there must be. Keep comparing, but I'm just saying. When Asuka started in WWE, they gave her the Goldberg run, undefeated through NXT, all the way to WrestleMania 34. Good. Shawn is definitely a better booker. Okay. Oh, somebody from the UK got to be up early. Just wanted to say keep up the content and look forward to your 2K. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Dilemma. I appreciate that. Dumpster match is definitely going to have the same minigame as the casket and ambulance match. Oh, yeah, sure. We can play on March 5th if we do the New Zealand trick. I don't know what the New Zealand trick is, but I think it's available starting midnight Eastern time. So if you're Pacific, I think it's 9 p.m. So I don't think you have to fly to New Zealand. You can start playing at 9. Triple H recycles the same top people. Yeah, it's hard because like everybody, at least in the men's division, like they're all in their 40s, and I keep hearing people wanting to bring back like Jericho and the Hardys, and like don't get me wrong, those guys are all great, but there's it's already dominated by guys in their 40s. I'm not super excited to bring back other guys in their 40s. I am excited about like Trick Williams and Obafemi, and I'm happy to see where those guys go. Soul made her. I saw that. I saw the short of her making her own outfit. I feel like a lot of those people make their own outfits. Bianca Belair makes her own outfits. And I think a lot of those, I've heard that NXT wrestlers don't make nearly as much money. So they probably don't have a ton of money to put into gear. So I imagine a lot of them probably make their own gear. Hated the bodysuits for the women Raw because they don't wear those all the time. It just made it hard to follow who is who. Yeah. AJ Lee is horrible. AEW tickets are affordable. I did hear that. AEW forever. The only game, but it flopped. There's one I haven't played, but people say it's not really that good. Talked about the gimmick matches for women earlier. You know that Liv, Maxine, Zelina, Lana Lacey, Mandy, blah, 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 would have been perfect for that era. Yeah, I prefer women's matches right now. Honestly, I feel like the storylines in the women's division is a little better. I'm kind of tired of Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. So like what's going on right now? Well, it's kind of starting to fizzle out, but so much is going on in the women's tag division. Like every woman in the main roster is on a tag team, but that's so much going on there. Meanwhile, in the men's tag team division, it's just MFT and the Wyatt Six over and over and over and over again. It's like this never ending thing. And it's like, oh, good, it's finally over. Ah, they stole the lamp again. And it's like, man. New Zealand trick only works on Xbox. Oh, okay. I don't have Xbox, so. Bianca Belair and Sol Ruca making their own gears. Yeah. I want to see Jericho back. Not going to lie. He's good on the mic. That's true. He is very good on the mic. Got Xbox, so I should be good to play at 6 a.m. Is it 6 a.m. if you got Xbox? Holy crap. That's a massive gap. See big things for Trick Oba and Javon, Dan Housing. So Dan Housing is a really interesting topic, right? Because the reveal at Elimination Chamber, a lot of people had a problem with. And I could see it because I was expecting something else. I don't know really who Dan Housing is because I wasn't watching AEW. So when he came out, it felt very overly gimmicky. It felt very cheesy, which is like clearly his character, which is fine. But it really felt like it was going to be this really big reveal. And then it ended up being like this cheesy thing, which, you know, it kind of is what it is. But he does seem really entertaining. His backstage thing on Monday, it was hilarious. I had a lot of fun with that. The Stone Cold with glasses, and he even brought it up with he owned it. He like, I came out to monstrous applauses and cheers, and now I need a blip. So good. I'm really looking forward to what he has what else he has to bring. It's so fun. Need newer stars. Yeah, tired of Rhea Hogan always winning the big matches. Yeah, I'm not tired of it because I haven't seen all of Rhea Ripley's career. And as somebody who's new to it, I really like Rhea Ripley. And I feel like I haven't seen Rhea Ripley win a ton of big ones. She was at WrestleMania and she lost the triple threat. And then I think they had another triple threat. Yeah, they did. No. It was Io versus Rhea, and then that was the Money in the Bank. Naomi won. And then I think they had a triple threat after that. And Naomi won. So from what I've seen, I haven't seen Rhea running the gambit. I haven't seen her just like decimating everybody. So I'm not tired of it yet. I like Rhea Ripley and I want to see her succeed. So for me, I'm totally fine watching Rhea kick some ass. Visions of December. Also, UK got to hop off, but I'll definitely start joining streams more. Your vids are great. Appreciate that. I don't do a ton of streams, so you're not missing a whole lot, honestly, but I really appreciate the kind words. Comedic timing could work on backstage aspect and teaming him up with R-Truth. Yeah, he seems, when he made the Stone Cold comment, it seemed very much like R-Truth. Like maybe almost too close to R-Truth. Where it seems like, okay, we're just doing the same thing over again. You know, because like I've seen R-Truth mix people up all the time. So that the Stone Cold thing was kind of like, but the demands and the list in the toilet and oh man, the fact for me it's so entertaining that he does this whole finger thing and he's just like, you're cursed. And that's all it takes, right? You watch any kind of show or movie and they got witches or voodoo doctors and all this stuff on there and they got to concoct some kind of hex and they got to go into the woods and sacrifice a chicken or something to do this. And then Danhausen's just like, you're cursed. And that's it. I find it so entertaining. The reveal was a popcorn fart. But yeah, Raw afterwards was good. Selena, Legacy, Evans, Mandy Rose, Summer Rae, Maxine, Liv, Blake, Lyons, Lana, and Aaliyah would been perfect for the era. For the attitude, yeah. I like Rhea Ripley, but she is being over pushed. I don't know that you can over push Rhea Ripley. I mean, I guess anybody can be over pushed. I kind of feel like Jade Cargill's being over pushed. I think they've kind of painted themselves into a corner because they've positioned Jade Cargill as invincible. Like I saw Jade Cargill lose several matches before she beat Tiffany Stratton. 2 of those were against Tiffany Stratton, maybe even 3 of them. And then she doesn't go away for a long period of time, comes back invincible. She lost a bunch of matches, and then one day she just came and decimated Tiffany Stratton. And then ever since she's been like, all I do is squash matches. And so like to me, it seems really hard to get yourself out of there with Jade Cargill, right? Like it has to be somebody that's going to dethrone Jade Cargill. It has to be somebody like Rhea Ripley, who's, you know, a little bit bigger, Raquel Rodriguez, who's, you know, like the same size. Charlotte Flair is also pretty big. So like it seemed like you have to have somebody. You can't have Alexa Bliss at, you know, 5'2" or however tall she is, 100 pounds, taking on somebody that looks like Jade Cargill. So I'm really interested to see that, right? I mean, that's just like I get it scripted and anybody could win, but logically you think like if there was a real fight between Jade Cargill and Alexa or Zelina or one of these women, Asuka, Kairi Sane, like they're half, if not a third of the woman of Jade Cargill and Roxelle Rodriguez. So also, what were your thoughts of Lacey Evans, Mandy being NXT Women's Champion? Lone Rebellion. I don't watch NXT, so I don't have any thoughts. I don't know. Jade hasn't done anything with the title. Yeah, she hasn't. I kind of feel the same about Stephanie Vaquer. I kind of feel like maybe she is overpushed, and I might get hate for that too, because I know that Stephanie is very talented. I don't know enough about her history either, but from what I know is she kind of came into WWE and then it was like, here she is, wins the Rumble, wins the title, wins Crown Jewel, all this within a year. Like, that's a lot for somebody's first year. And it's been completely undefeated ever since, which is fine. But I feel like I don't see enough of her. Like, she almost seems like part-time. I don't see a ton of her. There's really not a ton of like build up to her matches. I don't know. I think Liv beating Stephanie Vaquer would be better. It'd be a good way to rejuvenate that title, in my opinion, because Liv can just start problems with anybody. She's such a good trash talker that she just get herself in trouble all the time. Liv pinned her before Mania when it was Naomi and Jade feuding on the road to WrestleMania. Yeah, I didn't see that. Biggest difference between AEW and WWE is making new stars, even though they do have over 40s. AEW doesn't make anyone except Swerve. I wanted Raquel to win the street fight, but Stephanie retained. Yeah, like... To me, again, like logically speaking, Raquel Rodriguez is a very big woman, and I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I mean, she's like 6 foot, maybe over 6 foot for a woman. That's pretty big, and she's muscular, right? Like she's pretty built. I can imagine she probably weighs twice what Stephanie Vaquer weighs. And so if you're going to have somebody like Stephanie Vaquer beat Raquel Rodriguez, it would make sense it would be in a street fight, right? Because you got to have those, you got to have that, the equalizer of chairs and sticks and whatever else. But I can see where WWE might have pulled back on Raquel Rodriguez, because during that fight, I felt like she didn't put up a very great performance. Like, she really struggled getting that chair in the turnbuckle, and it was really awkward. There was a time where she was like she was getting chairs on the outside and throwing them into the ring, but she threw it like straight up, and you see her face, and she's trying to dodge chairs that she's throwing herself. And I don't know, it's just kind of not the best showing. So if WWE saw that, they could have been like, Do you see Liv getting betrayed by Dom? Which I feel like Dom is working with Stephanie behind the scenes. And we don't even know it, but rather Liv wins or loses the match, she's turning face. I don't know if I see Dom turn. That's a really interesting perspective. Dom turning on Liv. I kind of think Liv would turn on Dom after Stephanie's last promo, where it's very much like what she's something like you have to hide behind your man kind of thing, and you can't do it on your own. So I think Liv Like that's part of Liv's storyline in the future is to be like, I don't need you, Dom. I'm gonna do this on my own. So I see her turning on Dom and leaving the Judgment Day. We'll see. I'm interested. I'm interested to see the whole thing. WrestleMania can't come soon enough. All right. I'm going to sign off. This was just meant to be a test because I got a new computer and I had to set all this stuff up again. And Stephanie turning heel. I don't see that. I don't see Stephanie turning heel. And I see Finn turning face against Dom. Yeah. Yeah, Finn's definitely going to turn face. What I was kind of hoping, and I was in 2K Pun stream, and he was talking about this, about the box. And what I thought would have been really cool is if there was a way to work it, what I think would have been really interesting, you have Finn Balor versus CM Punk. Finn Balor's not doing so good. Lights go off, lights come on, there's the box. Inside the box is Demon Finn Balor. I don't know how you could have worked that, how to make it happen, but I think it could have been awesome. But again, I also don't know anything about Demon Finn Balor besides what's in the game. Like I haven't seen, since I started watching, I haven't seen Demon Finn Balor. And Finn Balor's talked about the demon persona and how he's kind of interested in bringing it back, but I can understand where he's coming from, that it's like, here I am as Finn Balor, I got to lose everything and I have to turn into a demon to win. It just makes me as Finn Balor seem like not very good, which makes sense. Like I could see that. But it sounds like everybody is really interested in seeing Demon Finn Balor come back. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily WWE that's gotten rid of the demon. I feel like I heard, maybe I saw a clip or something where he was talking about he just, it seemed like it was more of Finn Balor's decision. I think WWE really likes the demon because it's a good moneymaker. Dom remaining heel. That promo that Stephanie did was heelish of her. That's true. That being a heel promo by a face while the heel was crying, I could see a double turn. Or have Liv feud with... Yeah, I feel like the Liv and Raquel feud has been in the works for a little while. Here's why. This is the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to sign off because I was just coming on here to play a match and make sure everything was working. The Raquel. Now I forgot what I was going to say. It was about Raquel. Oh no, it wasn't about necessarily Raquel. So like, this is one of the things that's hard for me to kind of grasp mentally and logically. You're somebody like Raquel, or you're somebody like Rhea Ripley, or somebody like Io Sky, Asuka. You know, you've held, like, the goal is the World Heavyweight Championship, the Women's Championship, or the Undisputed Championship, that level of championship. Like, that's the goal. And so, you know, you start off and then you kind of work your way up to Intercontinental, and then you work your way up to the World Championship, right? That's what makes sense logically to me. But, you know, let's say you're Io Sky, you just had the Women's Championship not that long ago, and now you're going to go for the Intercontinental. Like, I don't know. It seems like a kind of a backslide. I understand it, but at the same time, it's also like I don't want the Intercontinental belt. I was the world champion. I want to be world champion again. Why am I going to go get this other belt? You know what I mean? I don't know. The things you think about when you're trying to fall asleep. All right. I'm going to end the stream here. Appreciate you guys joining. This, again, was just supposed to be a test stream. 2K26 is coming out, so I wanted to make sure everything was working. WWE probably has too many belts. They do got a lot of belts. They do got a lot of belts. All right, guys. Again, I appreciate you guys joining. Hope y'all have a good night. Thanks for chatting in. Thanks for watching. 2K26 content just around the corner. So we're going to jump into that in the next couple days. Hoping to do some live streams if I can manage everything. But keep an eye out for that. And yeah, see you guys soon. Appreciate you.